disliked by many other tribes. Many times they also strike first. They lost over $120,000 of property and ran away from the reservations we so graciously offered.
The Apaches were not only enemies to the settlers, but also to many of the other Native American tribes because they raided them too. And they ran away from reservations, killed over 150 settlers, and they also stole children and sold them into slavery. And that's all I got.
As you can see, the Apache Wars were caused by the Apaches. The settlers offered them terms to peace people, and they didn't want to. They violently defended their own lands. Sometimes they accused them of crimes, but we also had evidence. Okay, and during the Camp Grant massacre, they found evidence of items that a settler had once had when he was killed.
Julieta, Nicole.
When he was killed going to the camp Grant. And they also had animal defense. Most of the Apaches sold cattle, animal ammunition, and milk and some other children from other native tribes, like one of them, and they sold them to slavery or refused them for life. They killed defenseless children from the settlers during raids, and they also killed like many other people because there was no family that didn't have at least one person killed from that Apache. Well, in the camp, we defended ourselves from the Apache from the raids because we reached the last straw. And the men weren't there because they were raiding the start of the whole war.
Is that all the closing statements from this side? You guys want to add anything else? Dan, Minnie? Okay. No, please stay up there. Go ahead.
So they're done with their whole side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The white settlers, speak louder. The white settlers moved west by the 1000s, invading Native American land, pushing them off their lands and forcing them off of reservations because they were, according to the white settlers, criminals. My question is, were they really, truly raiders? The only reason why they are called raiders is because the white settlers say they are. The natives have been living this way for thousands of years, generations after generations. They didn't understand the concept of ownership, but also they were placed on reservations that were no good for farming. How were we supposed to survive? They had to hunt. You claim them to be uncivilized, and what your eyes is totally different from us.
In their eyes, the natives they might call them raiders and horrible people, but we didn't know better. If we found it, then that was ours. If we hunted and captured it, that was the natives. And for this, hundreds were killed for what we didn't know better, our innocence. And we were forced by the cavalry into reservations, small. And even though we weren't occupying the land at all times, doesn't mean that we should be kicked off. Like you go to your home, you go to sleep, you wake up, and then you go to school. What would you do if you came home and so this other family was living there, saying, no, you weren't there, so you have to go somewhere else. So we'll put you in the shed in the back. But you're like, no, this is where we live from time to time, where you slept. But no, you got pushed to the back. And also we got along fine. the Tohono O'odhams, they chose their way. But the Apaches, the reason that they were in bands is to keep their culture alive. They separated so that they could become more stronger. We did that so we would trick you guys, so that you guys wouldn't try to come after us all at once. We could break up and stay our same culture. But if you look at me, I'm actually Apache, and I have no idea what my native tongue was. And as you can see, the settlers, they broke that up. They pushed us onto things. They taught us what they wanted. And I just think it's pretty sad that we wouldn't have a home, or we would be forced and we'd be watched. And for you guys bringing up stuff that we mispronounced, yes, we did that too, but that isn't even part of the debate. That isn't even part of what we were even talking about. What we were talking about is between the settlers and the natives, why they were fighting. And they kept on attacking and attacking, but we didn't know better. And there was no peace treaty until we were forced onto the land. There was nothing to tell us any otherwise. And for all the raids that we did, it's because we were provoked. It was it's all we could do, fight back. What were we supposed to do?
Juliet, did you want to add something?
And also, who are the settlers to say that we are uncivilized? Because they accuse us of fighting, but when they were fighting the Civil War, they were fighting brother to brother. And they're accusing us of fighting within our group.
It's not part of it. Also, I just wanted to say that as you saw up here, they didn't care. Like, here's one big instance, like with the Camp Grant Massacre, It happened at night while the Apaches were either trading or they were protecting others, and they came in and just killed them, not knowing, not caring, even if they even got raided by them. They just killed them, not knowing or caring. So they didn't care what they did with us. They didn't care how they killed us. With the blankets, they didn't care what we did as long as they got what they wanted. Gold, money.